Tea Time with Adam P. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new journey, darling. That's right. It is Tea Time with who? It's me, Adam P. So welcome everyone to the very first episode. This is going to be a podcast, all about my viewpoints going on with pop culture, with celebrity news, entertainment news, and world news as well. And also with my personal intake. So I decided to do a podcast because, frankly, my opinions on certain topics, they take too damn long to make a video for. You know, because videos, they're more worth like at smaller bites. With a podcast, listen, I could just talk out my butt as long as I please. So, I always thought that I definitely had an interest in podcasting for a while. But before we go anywhere, let me just introduce myself to y'all. I am Adam Perry. I am from the Michigan area, and I am a crazy, kooky kid. I don't know what else to say. I wanted to do this podcast again. I love talking about celebrity culture, celebrity news. That is me. I have the tea. I have been trained for years for this. And I am a college student right now. And so I'm trying to work on getting into broadcasting and also with like a media minor as well. So I thought, you know what, listen, I'm going to try this boy out. I've been learning the steps behind the scenes, but mama likes to talk. Okay, mama likes to talk her shit. So this seems like a appropriate time. So yeah, I am pretty young. Yeah, okay, anyways. So, to get into this, we have to start with celebrity news. We have to start with hot topics. Listen, it's always a good opener. So, this segment, again, this is another reason why I wanted to do podcasts is it feels a lot of creative freedom, and they feel a little bit more lax, a little bit more chill. And so I definitely think it's something that I'm totally into and interested. So I always talk to myself. And besides, I always talk to myself all the time. So it ain't much different. Just put a mic in front of me and press record. So, of course, for the show, we have to start off with hot topics. That's another thing I need to let everyone know. This is uncensored fish, okay? Before we go any further, though, we have to say, this is uncensored, okay? I do enjoy my mature topics. I do enjoy a potty mouth, so I just want to give a heads up, explicit stuff coming ahead. And I do that because a lot of people I know, they don't know my potty mouth yet. So they don't know exactly when I talk shit. So, but I'm really happy that it's set back. Wow, I'm talking out my butthole. Oh my god. Girl. Okay. Relax. It's just you in this room. Okay. So let's just start off first with the hot topics. Hello. We got to start off with hot topics. This week, I have to admit, it was dry. I'm a little dry, girl. Well, on topics I care about, really. It's been a little dry. But I do want to start off with no frauds. Okay? Let's talk about it. Miss Nikki. Me and Onika, we definitely ride together. We did ride together. I don't know. I'm definitely a Barb. I loved her ever since she made her like TV debut with her VMA pre-show. That's when us white gays knew her. So I definitely love her, and I loved her attitude, like a female rapper. Give it to me. But of course, rising to the top, this queen definitely has done stuff that's like, you know, And this, but however, it's hard to talk about her. Okay, my bar, let me just admit now, I did see the Pink Print World Tour. I did go to the one I did go to it in Detroit. It was poppin'. It was definitely, God, oh God, oh God, oh God. God, don't ever say poppin' like that again, girl. It's your white ass. It was definitely really fun. It was enjoyment time. I had a great time. I think she is talented. I think she can make good raps, but I think she cares about money and fame more than genuine talent. Nowadays, though, like early Nicki, she was the bad bitch, but now it's like, okay, they'll wave a big fat check in front of her and she'll do it, whatever the check is. If you pay her a little light, the verse is gonna be shit, okay? If you're gonna give her top fucking dollar, then she will go in. So, okay, so I'm talking about all that because of Nicki versus Remy. We all know the story, blah, blah, blah. Nicki released a verse with Make Love, and she was saying to be the queen of rap, you gotta sell records. You gotta get more than one plaque, And then Remy Ma released a 7-minute thing of destroying her. We all know. So we're all waiting for what Nicki got to say. Well, on Friday, she released not one, not two, but thrice songs. She released 3 songs. And well, let's just go into the most popular one. So No Frauds came out. That's her highest charting one. No Frauds. It features Drake and Lil Wayne. Okay, I must admit though, I thought Lil Wayne's not dumbass. Okay, I thought though Lil Wayne tweeted that he was retiring. So I'm always confused why this boy is doing something, But he was featured on it. He's also featured in another song. What was it? Oh God, cheaters. Just get the thing out. God, this is a shit show. Okay. 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 Wow. Mama's not even in the top 10 anymore. Okay, well, No Frauds came out, and that was her top charting one, No Frauds. And then she also released Behind Your Tears, Regret in Your Tears. That's it. And then she also released I Changed It, something like that. It's called Okay, just start the fuck over. Okay. So then on Friday, she released 3 songs. First being No Fraud, second I see being Regret in Your Tears, and then third being Changed It. So No Frauds was the main big one. That was her highest charting one. No Frauds, it was her featuring Drake and Lil Wayne, which I thought Lil Wayne said that he's done rapping, but Cash Money, Young Money, they'll do their thing. So No Frauds, let's just start there. It's a guilty pleasure. It's not even remotely Nicki's best. If you're trying to compare this to Remy's diss, mama, no comparison, okay? Because she did have the boom boom gun advantage on you, sweet pea. But that's Nicki's thing though, is being mainstream. So of course she was I'm releasing 3 hits, because she has a way bigger built-in audience. So No Frauds, I think the best verse was Nicki's. The more I listened to it more, I'm okay, this is a little catchy. I do think the chorus is catchy. I don't need no frauds. I don't want no frauds. I don't need no drama when you go. And whoever did that autotune, you must have spent hours. Actually, no, you probably didn't spend hours because it was poorly auto-tuned. You must have added layers to it or something. Maybe it's an artistic reason, but it is definitely auto-tuned fish because we know Nicki can't carry a tone usually. So the hook is great and whatever. But I definitely snored on Drake and Lil Wayne's verse. It's whatever. Okay. All right. She said but her biggest stuff was I never signed a 360 deal, bitch, you wild dumb. And then she also talked about how how can you lose your song over a stack. So she did a little fine jabs, little prickles, but Remy, she just put the knife in fully. And then Regret in Your Tears and Changed It, I've only listened to like twice, and the day it came out, because they both are pretty garbage. It's Nikki. I need rap. I need hard hip hop from you, sweetie. I don't need none of this bullshit, okay? I don't need this whole I lied to keep you from breaking my heart. Like, that's the thing. Pink Print is the best because Pink Print just had most genuine feminine hip hop that I enjoyed. Pink Friday was, I need to sell to white people, so I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care if half the tracks are garbage. I'm going to release it. You know, Starships, oh girl, sweetie, we never play Starships. We don't think about Starships because we hate thinking about Starships. But, you know, of course I loved it. And of course, high school gay me loved it. But then Pink Print, she got more hip hop in it. She stopped wearing all the mess. And then but the other half is like really trashy. Girl, grand piano, what on earth is that mess? And that's why I was really hesitant listening to Regret in Your Tears and Change It. Because I was like, Mommy, if you give me another I Lied or Crying Game or grand piano or half the tracks from Pink Friday Roman Reloaded, I'm not going to be too pleased. So it's not really going in the direction I thought, but again, Nikki, all she cares about is power and money, which is, you know, two extraordinary factors in the hip-hop community. But also, you gotta forget, sweetie, you gotta have that talent. Now, I'm not saying she's not talented because I have listened to Monster 8 million times. And I mean, that's not just her only good verse. But she needs to understand, girl. You need to understand, sweetie. If you're going to be the best, you got to know that you're going to deal with some challengers, okay? You're going to deal with some people that are going to try and one-up you, baby, because that's what we just witnessed. But you gotta bring it back, too, you know? So her being like, I release hits, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, girl, I see you need features. I see you need features to chart, okay? So I don't know. I'm gonna listen to No Fraud still. I think people still like it. Like the general basic bitches do enjoy No Fraud, so I'm with the basics. And then Regret in Your Tears, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Changed It, absolutely not. No, thank you. I will listen to it when the album is out, if you put those on the albums. So they rumored that they were like, she might debut on #1, which will be cool. I'm like, I am excited to get. I've always wanted Nikki to get a #1 single. But now at this point in your career, it's like, oh, I don't know. Okay, listen, am I a Barb? Still, I don't know if I want to call myself a Barb. I am a Nikki listener. I definitely enjoy Nikki a lot. But she has major problems, and including not knowing how to respond properly to a diss track, which is Hip Hop 101. So enough of that. It seems like the whole tide has turned. It's now changed. It's moved on. So the only other ones I had were The Bachelor's Over, which, by the way, don't watch The Bachelor. It's pretty trash. Okay, listen. I know it's trash. Everyone knows it's trash. My trashy TV standards, though, when you're trash TV and we all know it, I just want you to go there. I want you to be the trashiest thing. Example, Flavor of Motherfucking Love did it. Like, we all knew it was fake trash, but they put it in, like, Oscar-worthy levels, okay? They put it on the tippy top. So, with Bachelor, it's more like trash TV, but, like, they're really trying to convince you that all this shit is real. And I'm like, oh, listen. It's not interesting. Also, on top of that, it's like, I think it takes itself too fucking seriously. And on top of that, I don't care. I really don't care about hetero love. After all these years of having hetero love smashed in my face, I'm okay not spending 2 hours or 1 hour every Monday watching it. I'm okay. I'm A-okay. So that was my only other thing. Bachelor ends, and apparently people aren't convinced that they're actually like really happy with each other. Whoa, shocker. You think Hoops was really in love with Flav? Huh? You think Hoops really did it? I swear to God. So, and then the only other hot topic I had was something a little disgusting, which is Catherine Perry is going to get an LGBT rights awards from the Human Rights Campaign. Now listen, this is another girl where 5 years ago I would have been like, I could never drag her. But now it's like waking up. It's like, sweetie, I'm smelling the hot cup of joe and I'm smelling your bullshit. So the Human Rights Campaign is already a little bit basic in itself because like they were like one of the first big like LGBTQIA organizations, but now they've turned into really basic. They're really snorry. They're snorry. So, anyways, they ran on ideas, I guess. And they're gonna give Katy fucking Perry an LGBTQIA plus award. Excuse me, bitch. Like, you better list me all the charitable things she has done for the gays, okay? Was it You're So Gay from 2008? Is that how she earned it, sweetie? Is that how she earned it? And then, of course, it all plays down to her new fucking song, Chained to the Rhythm, which is, girl, if I heard this 5 years ago, teenage me would be bopping and sopping and clopping and jopping. But now I'm like, sweetie, you cashed your check in. You're all out of cards. The one pony has one trick now. Like, come on, girl. So I think Chained to the Rhythm, she's really trying to play as it's like, like our world is shit. It's been shittier than before, which we all get that. We all know that. But then now she's like, but I care about everybody. And I'm like, you don't really. You just want our white gay dollar. You just want our white gay dollar. And you don't really, you're just pandering to the gays all this fucking time. You don't care about us, girl. You've never cared about us, okay? If you did care about us, you would never, ever make more Britney shaving jokes, okay? Because she did that twice on national TV at the Grammys. And I said, garbage. You can't think of any other garbage else thing. And that's the other thing too. Okay. She, the only thing I can, really commend her is the nerve she has. She has a lot of confidence and nerve that I have no idea where it came from. Because she had the nerve to sing in front of 115 or 18 plus million people in that falsetto. She sang it in that falsetto. And furthermore, with Chained to the Rhythm, oh, sweetie. She even said this in an interview. She's like, my Achilles heel is my live performances. Honey, your Achilles heel is your voice. You are a singer, you are a vocalist, and your weakness is your voice. Okay? Your weakness is also in songwriting, original songs. Your weakness is in fashion. Your weakness is, come on. Now listen, she's a very down-to-earth, charismatic woman. She's very fun, doesn't take herself too seriously, but now she is, so it's like, girl. Okay, so Human Rights Campaign's trying to give her an award. For what? I would love to know. I would love to know the stuff that all the homeless communities that she has gone and donated to. What what were you thinking about the goddamn transgender community after all this time? What the fuck did you say about the trans community when So what exactly did you say about the trans community when they lifted the ban? They lifted their production, sweetie. She doesn't say shit about gay stuff until she needs $1. So it's like, ugh. So, like, that's the thing with Katie and Nikki. We're seeing your bullshit. We're seeing you not being a real fucking artist. We're seeing you just try and hash out money. Okay? So it's like, come on, sweetie. And these are two people I used to really love when I was young. But I think that's the thing. These two girls are more like teenage, like younger teen or kids, tween age music, you know? So now seeing like all of their music and following everything diligently throughout their careers, focusing back more on Katie, after focusing her entire career, seeing everything released, now it's like, sweetie, the trick is done. The show's over. The show is over. Do the rhythm. Do the rhythm. So I don't know what she's gonna. You know what? She's gonna probably just fucking. She might not even show up. First of all. Or like she's gonna sing fucking Firework and she's gonna think, oh, look at me loving the gays, you're a firework. Where in there did you say that you care about the gays, sweetie? Where in there? So she really doesn't like care about like gay rights. I'm sure she has her gays who help her out every day getting that mug together, or not trying to be, not trying to do the stereotypes, because I hate the stereotypes and I just did one, but the girls, the gays, I'm sure help you out some point in your life, like everyone else in the world, gays have been there. So I don't know. It's going to be messy, that's all I know. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the internet to drag her more. I will listen to her album. Like I'm gonna listen to these albums, girl. Of course I am. And then I did see on her like Instagram story, she was previewing a song that we think is gonna be called Deja Vu. And I listening just to the preview. I'm like, okay, Chained to the Rhythm, the slow version. Like, what do you got? Come on. Hash something out, give us something real, give us something emotional. But no, it's all just wacky tacky tobacco. Well, it ain't wacky tacky tobacco. It's wacky tacky. So that's all my hot topics I have. Let's all take a break. And we will be right back for our new segment. Hello? Are we going? I think we're going. Yeah, we're going. Check 1, 2. Hello. Okay. Welcome back. Thanks for listening to our sponsors, which is approximately 0. But, yeah, the hot topics went a little bit longer than I thought, but don't worry, we have some other cool segments, some amazing things coming up. Okay, so, listen, I know my following is substantially low, but, however, you gotta start somewhere. So, I would love... Hold on. Oh, wow. Sorry, one of the computers in the room just went to life by itself, and, about to shit my pants. Okay, so... let's get back to this. Okay. Anyways, Q&A. I would love to have people ask me questions about anything, really. Any, personal things about me or any advice, sweetie. If you have any questions for me, please, I would love to... Excuse me. But if you have any questions for me, please, I would love to take a listen to them. So, take a listen. Oh, God, this is going nowhere. Okay. So, if you do have any questions, I would love to hear them. So, you could send me questions. If it's short, you can send them on my Twitter. You could send them on my... If they're short questions, you can send them on my Twitter. If there can be longer ones, you can send me an email at heyadamperry@gmail.com. That's hey, Hey, Adam, ADAM, Perry, but Perry is spelled Perry. That's a stumper. So, hey, Adam Perry. You can send that to me or Twitter as well. And my Twitter and social media, they are all the same. It's Adam Perry. That's ITS 80AMPARRY. It's Adam Perry, PARRY. Okay, I think I've nailed my. I plugged my promo and nailed it on your head enough. So, that would be a cool segment. So, now for this segment, I just made it up this morning, but I kind of want to do a thing where, okay, so I'm very young. I'm a young queen, born in '96, so I'm still very new to this world. So, I wanted to do a thing though about media or pop culture things that I've been focusing on that were not from my era. Stuff that hasn't been released while I was even alive or I can remember being released. So I just want to spotlight on some few throwback things. So I called this thing the Millennial Discovery. We can bend, twist, and shape it however we please, but that's our first idea as the segment name called Millennial Discovery. So some things not from my era, but I've really enjoyed recently. And I'm going to do two. I'm throwing out two for all you people who are still listening. We have two new ones for me. First one I want to talk about. Ladies, sit down. Gays, you're going to already know it. It is motherfucking Golden Girls. Okay, so I have Hulu Plus, and so I've known about the Hulu. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I known about Golden Girls vaguely. Of course, I watch Logo, so I know it's like very big in the gay community. White gays love them, or any gays love them. So I've always been curious if it was a really funny show or not, and I know all four of the women won an Emmy for their role. So I did find out, though, that they were going to post all the episodes of Golden Girls on Hulu Plus, which is what I have. The $8 one, don't get it twisted, sister, to get Golden Girls. And so I just waited until it came out. I think it came out February 14th or February 16th. But I have been watching them, and I'm hooked. I'm going to watch it all the way through. I'm still about 120 episodes left, but I know in all the bones in my gay-ass body, I will finish this show. I will. It is a very interesting show. It's definitely funny. It's I didn't see it being this funny. I didn't imagine. Who knew people had humor before '96? But, calm down, sweetie. But I didn't realize how funny these queens were. So in case you don't know, okay, and I'll say it right now, who my favorite Golden Girl is. I'm sure you stans are wondering. Okay, the Golden Girls, though, if you guys don't know, 4 old queens live together in one house in Miami. Hilarity ensues. So basically, there's Rose. That's Betty White's character, the only one alive left. Rose, she is the, how do you put it? The dim-witted, the not so bright lady. She's very nice, but not bright. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. There's Dorothy. Dorothy, by B. Arthur. She is, what I noticed, she is caring, but she is very sarcastic and negative. So that's her negative attributes. She's very negative. She's very sarcastic. And then there's her mother, Sophia. She's more supporting actress. But Sophia, played by Estelle Gallant? Oh, the gays are going to have me pinned. They're going to slice my throat open. What is it? Estelle Getty. McGeller. Jesus. And then there's her ma, Sophia. She's supporting actress. She's played by Estelle Getty. But she is older, of course, and she just suffered a stroke. So she is very funny. She's outrageously funny, but her like vice, her gripe is she's extremely truthful. She's blunt. She doesn't care about your feelings. She will let you know, you know? So that's her thing. She says what she feels out loud immediately. That's kind of her vice. And then finally, we have Blanche. She is a Southern belle. She is the youngest and owns the house. And she's played by Rue McClanahan. And her vice is she's very horny. She's very promiscuous. We couldn't call her a whore. I wouldn't call her a slut or whore because that I find those positive attributes. So she's more promiscuous and scandalous, and very superficial. She's extremely superficial. So those are her five. So it's a very interesting to watch. So that is definitely my millennial discovery. A millennial, as in a millennial discovered it, which means it's big, shocking, breaking news. So my second one, though, my bonus one is I have to give it out to the album Debut by Björk. Rhymes with jerk, Björk, or Bjork. That came out in 1993, and I went into the YouTube poll the other day and learned so much about this woman and about her artistry, and I am sick to the bone. I can't believe someone this fucking genius roams on our planet. Like, I don't know. I'm decided I'm gonna go album by album listening to her. So I listened to her first major album because she had her debut album was when she was 12, but it was a bunch of cover songs. And then she was in a ton of bands, and then this was her first like solo project called Debut by Björk, and loved it. Like, before I knew more about Bjork, I just thought she just made some weird ass music. I thought she just made some weird, like, not weird, and that's not a negative term I'm putting, very avant-garde music that I think that my basic ass couldn't really grasp. However, listening to Debut, girl, she had her dance electronica. Okay, all the Bjork fans are just rolling their eyes. I know so many gays are just like, God, this fucking young gay needs to shut the fuck up. Like, get with the fucking program. I just want to share my love for this though. It's very cool. Debut by Bjork, and I know that she's known for switching it up every time. So I'm excited to see what the new ones are gonna sound like, and I'm just excited to learn about this artist. So those are my two suggestions for millennial discovery. Okay. Alrighty, so for our final segment, and to wrap all this up in a very nice bow, I just want to end it with viewpoints. It's basically just it's just a segment about something I've been pondering about. Okay, quit the game. Quit using your goddamn thesaurus, honey. Stuff that I've been thinking about when it comes to life in general, or how I'm dealing with things, or how I feel about going on in the world. Because this world is definitely a little cray-cray. So I just wanted to bring out my viewpoints on certain things. Coming from me, this is coming from me, a young, gay, white American. So that just want to let you know that. Okay, so but basically, viewpoint is just about a certain unanswered and very vague questions about going on in the world or going on with myself, things that have kept me questioning about myself. Because I think, as we all know, during this time in our young 20s, we definitely learn a lot about ourselves, and we learn what we should worry about and what we shouldn't worry about, who we are, what we do like and what we don't like, and major goals in our life. It's definitely an important time, and I freak out half the time over how how much there is to do, but people are always like, you're young, so you got to enjoy it. So I totally got off track, but I just want to bring up my viewpoints, how I feel about certain topics going on in the world. So I wanted to talk about my experience about this article that just recently was released that got viral and has definitely been controversial. And it's about the epidemic of the lonely gay. So it's an article, I think is from Huffington Post. This guy wrote a pretty lengthy, girthy, a thick boy, an article all about the differences in social interaction with gay people in America, specifically gay men. So, of course, another thing about LGBT, and the only thing represented is the G. So, of course. But there is two sides to this kind of article where a lot of people are finding they're like, I'm very glad this was made, because they had showed studies on things that I definitely felt like I was in the minority for. They were saying, there's a higher suicide rate for gays. There's a high suicide rate for gays. Gay men tend to be single and alone a lot more than with heterosexual people. They even talked about drug abuse as well. So there was two sides taking this more. I discovered this on Tumblr, and then the podcast Throwing Shade talked about it as well. And then I saw another YouTube video about this guy supporting it. And then in the podcast I listened to in Throwing Shade, he kind of had both sides to it. And I kind of agree. After doing my research, reading this article, I do agree. It does open up certain standards and not standards. It opens up certain topics that I felt alone about. I felt like every other gay has been bopping and sopping. Like, I thought all the other gay men around me just were doing better than me, But before I get into that, there's also like downsides to this article where it's kind of like, it's a little all over the place. And it kind of shines this light of like this negative stereotype that we're all, sad, depressed, AIDS positive people who are drug addicts. Like, we're still people, okay? Let's slow the roll. We're not fucking, we're not like crazy all the time. We're not crazy drug addicts who hate ourselves constantly and who have AIDS, who doesn't care about unprotected, like, who only does unprotected sex. Like, there was still some, like, stigmatisms. I was like, we couldn't, come on. And, also, he didn't really quite talk about, like, what, like, gays he was talking about growing up, because it seems like a white gay article. He didn't really mention about what the backgrounds of other people, because as much as we, don't talk about it, there's definitely a different upbringing for gays dealing with a homosexual in your family with different race. It definitely deals with race as well with sexuality. They come with different factors, I think. I think like coming out as a white gay is definitely can be a very different experience than coming out as a black gay or as a Hispanic gay, because they definitely feature way different injustices and bigotry that we can see just on the surface of their skin, and I think with communities, black communities, Hispanic communities, different kind of communities, they have different kind of standards or general reactions to homosexuality. So it didn't really talk about, race in it. So it's like, girl. So it seems like this is an article that's just like another white gay whining, but it also points a lot of interesting viewpoints, which I definitely fit in with. I, coming up gay, honey, break out the tissues. No, it ain't gonna be like that. But growing up, I've never have been in a relationship with someone. I'm almost 21 years old. I've never been in a relationship with someone ever. I've never dated anybody, never. I've just was so I was very feminine growing up. So a lot of people knew about my sexuality before I even considered it, you know? And then once I was out, there was no no fish in the sea, girl, okay? There was no fish in the sea. And I think being a very feminine gay guy there's definitely some, some negative percussions about it because, we're gays. We want a because every gay man, we just want a big, manly, macho guy. And of course, I don't fit that description. Um, that's a joke. We all want big, manly, macho people, but I've always been single. I've always felt, and I felt very much once I went to college. I was in a city that was more liberal, and then once coming up here, I'm in Mount Pleasant. And now coming up here to this college, it does not have the diversity I thought it had with gays. It does not have, it doesn't have the way I thought I was gonna be here in college. I didn't realize I've been through a lot more homophobia here just these past few years in college than I've ever did in high school and stuff. Well, my high school was a talk shit kind of high school, though. We were all talk and no walk. But also, I'm a 6'4" man, so a lot of people don't fuck with me, I don't think, because of that. But I've definitely have had so many instances about being alone forever. And that's the other thing too. I live by myself. I live alone because I couldn't find people close enough friends who would want to live with me because all my friends were the girls, all the girls had their girls to live with. All the girls had their sorority sisters to live with. So it was like, okay, so we're going to live alone. And I rarely see other gay men here. I rarely do, openly gay men here. And when I meet them and talk to them, a lot of them, not all of them, it's just a lot of them were not, they did not take me too kindly as a feminine gay. I don't know. That's a whole other thing too, is gays going against each other. That's a whole nother article for another day, sweetie. But I think, though, it definitely has affected me, especially with media saying that I need a relationship, all the time. And it definitely has hurt me because it definitely does make me question my self-esteem and my not loyalty, my overall, am I a good person? Am I a good enough person to date, And so I just think I always, sunk that down, especially with, my gay friends dating other gay men. And it's like, where the fuck, how can I get anything, It's like, how, and I think it just has factors of being a feminine man, being a gay man, and being, I'm a little weird too. I'm not some I am pretty basic, but I'm not your average feminine gay guy. I don't think that, or I wouldn't say average. I can't say that. I would say I'm not your stereotypical basic feminine gay guy. I'm still a femme queen, love my femme stuff, but I do have a little bit of a different kind of personality. So basically, I'm alone all the fucking time. I am. Look at me now. I'm doing this podcast alone because I couldn't find anyone else who wanted to share that time with me. And I know that's not just, you're a gay boy. And just because you're not hanging out with another gay boy doesn't mean you're a loser. But I'm alone constantly. I'm alone all the time. And I've always thought that I always expected, okay, so I'm going to get a guy in college, okay? Well, I'm going to get a guy next year when I live alone. Okay, well, I'm never going to get a guy. I'm just going to die fucking alone. And that's the other thing too. People are I'm sure like use apps, use social media apps. Honey, been there, done that. I went through all of them. I wrung out all of them. And that's the other thing too is like I may not be officially set to do a relationship, you know? Cuz when I only think about like when I do think about being in a relationship, I'm like, oh, I always think like it would be so nice to have someone, you know, by my side, knowing that they have to listen to me, knowing they have to listen to me and they have to love me and they have to sacrifice for me and I would sacrifice for them. But then it's also on this other side of like, well, are you mentally prepared to do that? Are you mentally prepared to go through a relationship like that, knowing you have to create sacrifices for this person? You know? So, in a way, I always been like, I'm ready to date, except there's nothing coming to me. But on other sides, it's like, sweetie, you can barely get yourself together. How are you going to make sure that you're going to do well with someone else? So I know I definitely went off topic, but it's been hard. It definitely has. I know my life wasn't gonna be a fucking cakewalk, you know. Realizing my femness and my gayness, I just didn't realize that no one was gonna like me. Like, I don't know. It's just, and like that's the other thing too with the college I'm in. The college I am is like such frat, straight, like bro, party, straight girl. It's like the most like heteronormative thing I've ever seen. It is. Because then once they go, and the only time that they learn about stuff is when they take classes about this diversity. I don't know. And I'm sure I know this is a huge place and there's a ton of communities, blah, blah, blah. And I do need to get myself out more. And I'm not saying everything is the world's fault. That's the other thing. A lot of this has to go on me. A lot of this has to go on my fault. But it can be nice being alone a lot, but it just gets to a point where it's like I don't get any other backup, you know? We are in a society that, oh my God, love is fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. So when people talk about it constantly or even bring up topics of sex, bring up the topics of relationships or like cute boys that they're talking to, I have nothing. I have nothing all the time. And then it's always like I just have to understand though part of it does have to be with me being a femme gay queen. And I'm saying if you're not femme gay queen, you have it like easy. I was just saying like this isn't the community for me. That's all I'm saying. This is not the community I want, really. This is not the people I want to live my life around constantly, you know? And so after growing up feeling like the goddamn sore thumb, the elephant in the room, I know I need to have a time where I live with a gay community. I need to have time to be with gays. I do. And I'm not saying being with the gay communities is just a joy. Because, you know, there is still struggles, of course, but I just want to be around more gays, and I want to be around more people like me. I don't want to feel that thing anymore where people are just looking at me, and I know they're just thinking about how gay I am. You know, it's just, I don't want to be in a community where every time I'm in here, they're thinking, oh, that's the gay dude. That's the gay boy in my class. Because that's what I always got. It's like, oh, you're the femme gay boy. It's like, well, no, I'm a stupid bitch too. Like, I'm fucking stupid. But, I digress. The main point is, I do agree with this article. I get very lonely. I do think it's a lot harder for me, but, I'm gonna work my puss, and I'm still gonna be grinding until I own it. That's all there is, darling. So, that wraps it up. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're good. That wraps up this episode of Tea Time with Adam P. If you are here at the end, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. This is our first test go pilot. You know, there's some bumps in the road, so I really appreciate you guys listening. You can follow me on all the stuff that I've been doing with YouTube, which is It's Adam P. It's me, Adam P. Hey everyone, it's me, Adam P. It's Adam P on YouTube, and all my social media is It's Adam Perry. That's ITS ADAMPARRY. It's Adam PARRY. Thank you guys so much again. I will see you guys next Wednesday.